have a Facebook friend who posted something interesting recently on their wall, and he was talking about the word reckless and how he felt it was being misused during this time of COVID to refer to people who were going out unnecessarily to go out and work. And his argument was that the people that are being referenced here are people who have no other way of surviving. It's either they stay at home and die of hunger, or they risk their lives out there and go and actually make an honest living, knowing that there's this pandemic going around. But then there's another group of people. I'll probably put myself in that group of people who may not necessarily have to go out to work. But here I am, I'm in Lodwar in Turkana County in Kenya shooting a documentary for a ministry. And when this ministry approached me about going out, I said, yeah, I'll go out and shoot this documentary. Even though we are experiencing the third wave of COVID, and according to the statistics, this is the worst that it has been since last year sometime. So it doesn't seem like a very wise thing to be doing, going out. And I think maybe the word reckless would probably be used in my case. Or should it? So here are two things that maybe should help to put things in context. Videography and photography is very expensive, and if it weren't for people who are generous and help with getting some of the equipment that I need, I could not afford to do this with the amount of money that I'm paid to do this. And so from a financial point of view, this does not make sense. It is reckless. And that brings me to a verse in the Bible, in Luke chapter 14, verse 28, and Jesus is talking about the cost of being a disciple. And he talks about a builder, gives an example of a builder, and he says, what kind of builder will not first of all count the cost of building before they start, so that they don't get stuck at the foundation level and find out that they don't have enough money to finish the building. Count the cost. So let's get back to Tinashe's point. Like I said, there are those people who have to absolutely go out and make a living. And like Tinashe mentions, these people cannot be classified as reckless. But you come to my case, as I've pointed out, financially, what I do does not make sense. So this begs the question, counting the cost, is this what I'm doing worth the cost? Obviously the correct Christian answer is yes, you are doing the Lord's work and you'll be rewarded in heaven. But pragmatism says I still have to live on this earth. The family still needs to be provided for. Bills still need to be paid. I still need to eat here on earth. So from that point of view, does this make sense? Am I counting the cost and coming up with the right figures? If I go to an equipment shop today and say I want to replace my old camera, the guy behind the counter is not going to say, oh, you're the guy who is doing the Lord's work. Here's a brand new camera for free. I have to pay for it. So this doesn't make sense. But then here's a personal question for you. When you look at the spiritual and you look at the pragmatic, is what you're doing making sense? If during this COVID-19 period you're going out and working for whatever reason, have you counted the cost? if you were to, God forbid, catch COVID-19 and probably die, and then you are interviewed, if that were possible, would you be able to say, well, it's a bad thing that I'm dead, but I was at the right place doing the right thing? That's counting the cost. Have you counted the cost? The answer to this question is very, very personal. Judge for yourself between the pragmatic, the practical that you need to do, and the everlasting, the things that cannot be quantified. And make a decision for yourself. Count the cost.